Hey, I'm Pastor Fred, and this is The Follow-Through. All week we're talking about a very cheery topic, the topic of sin. But it is the season of Lent, so hey, it's kind of fitting that we deal with this. In fact, it's really necessary because in our world, just really sin is, it's everywhere, but we don't want to call it what it is. We don't want to see that even that there's a reality of evil or that, or that hatred is really a problem. In fact, hatred's become big business. Think of every media outlet loves when something happens that can, involve hatred. One group hating each other, and then they erupts in violence. Man, the world's all over that. But God hates that, and He wants us to say, you know what? I'm not going to stoke those flames. I'm not going to feed that fire at all. Why? Because the fear of the Lord is hatred of evil. Right? That's Proverbs 8:13. The fear of the Lord is hatred of evil. So when I have respect for God and when I have that awe of who He is and what He is, I look at evil, and evil is something that I want nothing to do with. In fact, He says pride and arrogance and the way of evil and perverted speech. The author of this, he says, I hate it. I think it's time for us to draw the line in the sand ourselves and say, you know what do I feel about pride and arrogance and the way of evil? Do I kind of flirt with that? Am I drawn to watching things on TV or on endless scrolling on YouTube of things that again are all about hatred, that are all about evil? Now I might say, well, I'm just doing a little research. I'm just trying to see how bad it is so that I can avoid it. Well, we're filling our hearts with it. We're filling our minds and our lives with all of that. And so if you were to say, hey, I'm going to give it up, why would you give up something that you don't hate? Something that you maybe like or even love? So now's the time. Let's look at our hearts. And at the same time, let's see what Jesus has done. Because He has taken all of those things, all the pride, all the arrogance, all the evil. Every time we've perverted the truth, and we've twisted things and we've shaded the meaning of it to suit us, right? He died for all those things, right? So you might be like, when we look at ourselves, we could be driven to despair because of the reality. But what I want it to do, I want you to just see that every one of those things paid for. Every one of those things has been forgiven by our Lord so that we can be forgiving to others, so that in the way that we speak and the way that we live, we can be a source of healing and a source of hope for the light, for the world around us, and that light of the world, that we would be that, right? So let's just take some time to pray about this today. Let's share this with somebody. And again, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. You can hit that bell to get notifications so that when these drop, you're ready to go. And you'll get them every single day. All right? We'll talk to you next time for another follow-through.